Hi, everybody. Welcome to my live, guys. Drop your name in the comments, everybody. Let's go, guys. Everybody, drop your names in the comments. Welcome to my live. Let's go, guys. Drop your names in the comments. Everybody, welcome to my live. Drop your names in the comments. Welcome in, everybody. Here you go, Milo. All right, who's next, guys? Everybody, welcome in, guys. Drop your names in the comments. Welcome to my live. All right, who's next, guys? Everybody, welcome to my live. Milo, your name is done. All right, who's next, guys? Everybody, welcome in, guys. Drop your names in the comments. Who do we have next after Milo? Everybody, drop your names, guys. We are doing neon name writing once again. I've got you guys neon name writing once again. So let's go, everybody. Drop your names in the comments. Who's next after Milo, guys? Everybody, get your names done, everybody. Let's go. Drop your names in the comments, guys. I'm here back again. Everybody, I've got neon names for you all. Let's go, guys. Get your glowing names done. Welcome to my live. Drop your names. Let's go, everybody. Hi, Leah. How are you doing today? Leah, you got a name here. Here's your glowing name, Leah. Who's next, guys? Everybody, welcome to my live. Get your names done, guys. Hit the subscribe button. And Jalia, how are you? And Jalia, you got your name done. And Jalia, thank you. Next we have is Lily in the chat. Let's go for Lily. Here you go, Lily. Thank you so much. Ibrahim, hi. How are you doing, Ibrahim? You've got your name done. All right, then we've got Betsy in the chat. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Betsy, for the subscribe. Let's go, everybody. Then we've got Garcia in the chat. Is it Garcia or Gracie? All right, yeah. It's Gracie in the chat. Let's go. All right, who's next, guys? Then we got Azan in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Azan. That really means a lot to me. You got your glowing name done. Then we have is Emerson. Thank you so much for subscribing, Emerson. Have an amazing day. Everybody subscribe and drop your name so that I can pick it up. Then we've got Anna May. Thank you so much for subscribing and being back here. Thank you. Here you go, Anna May. You got your name done. Rihanna, how are you? Welcome to my live, Rihanna. You got your name done. Then we have is Hannah in the chat. How are you, dear Hannah? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we have is Ian in the chat. How are you, Ian? Then we have is Maddie as the new subscriber. Here you go, Maddie. Who's next, everybody? Then we got Felicia in the chat. How are you, dear Felicia? Thank you for subscribing. Next we have is Alex in the chat. How are you, dear Alex? Then we have is Natalia. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you for being back to my life, sweetheart. Let's go, everybody. All right, who's next, guys? Emily, thank you so much for subscribing to me. Here you go, you got your name done, Emily. All right, next subscriber is Rachel in the chat. How are you, dear Rachel? Here you go. Then we have is Hazel in the chat. How are you, dear Hazel? Thank you for the subscribe. Then we have is Harmony in the chat. How are you, dear Harmony? Thank you for liking and subscribing, Harmony. Annette in the chat. How are you, Annette? Thank you for subscribing and liking. Then we have is Caitlin in the chat. Thank you, Caitlin, for subscribing and liking, dear Caitlin. Then we have is Chevy in the chat. How are you, Chevy? Next subscriber to be Stella in the chat. How are you, dear Stella? Here you go. And then we have is Wade in the chat. How are you, dear Wade? You got your name done. Then we've got Addie in the chat. How are you, dear Addie? Then next we have is Mason. Thank you so much for subscribing, Mason. Then we have is Brenda in the chat. Thank you, Brenda, for the subscribe. Then we have next in the chat. Thank you, Zai. Then we have is A.B. Lee. Thank you so much, A.B. Lee. Thank you so much for the subscribe. Then we have is Zayden in the chat. Thank you, Zayden, dear, for subscribing. Then we have is Harvey in the chat. How are you, Harvey? Here you go. Then we have is Sophia. You got your name done, Sophia. Here you go. Then we have is Lena in the chat. Thank you, dear Lena, for the subscribe. Let's get to the next line, everybody. Then we have is Jay in the chat. How are you, dear Jay? You got your name done. Then next we have is Finn in the chat. How are you, dear Finn? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we have is Yusuf in the chat. How are you, Yusuf? Here you go. Next subscriber to be Ellie in the chat. Thank you, Ellie, dear. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Then we have is Milo in the chat. How are you, Milo? Let's go for Millie in the chat. Thank you so much, dear Millie. You got your name done. Next subscriber to be Arthur in the chat. How are you, Arthur? Thank you so much for subscribing, Arthur. Then we have is Haslin in the chat. How are you, dear Haslin? Your name got done. Next subscriber to be Manon in the chat. Thank you so much, Manon, for subscribing. Then we have is Jaden in the chat. Thank you, dear Jaden, for subscribing. Next subscriber to be Vez in the chat. Thank you, dear Vez. Then we have is Daniela in the chat. Thank you, dear Daniela, for liking and subscribing. You are the best. Next subscriber to be Evelina. Welcome back, Evelina. So glad to see you, dear. Let's go, guys. Then we have is Ira in the chat. How are you, dear Ira? Thank you for subscribing to me. Then we have is Megan in the chat. How are you, Megan? Next subscriber to be Blake in the chat. Thank you so much, Blake, for the subscribe. Next subscriber to be Jaylene. Here you go, dear Jaylene. Let's turn the page. Everybody subscribe. Let's go. All right, let's go, everybody. Today, this time, we're going to go with stars. So we need to make some stars here. Let's go, everybody. And I want some pink stars too for you all. So let's go here with the pink stars. All right, let's begin, guys. All right, let's go. Then we have is Game Broad. Welcome to my live, Game Broad. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Here you go. Next subscriber to be AC in the chat. How are you, dear AC? You got your name done. Then we have is Angie in the chat. How are you, dear Angie? Next subscriber to be is Zach in the chat. Here you go, dear Zach. Then we have is Isabella to be the next subscriber. Here you go, Isabella. Here you go. All right, who's the next subscriber? Emily in the chat. Welcome to my live, Emily. All right, let's go, guys. Then we have is Divine to be the next subscriber. Divine, thank you. Next subscriber to be is... Who is that? Cameron. Thank you so much. Okay, who's next, guys? Welcome in, everybody. Then we have Amelia in the chat. Let's go for Amelia. Thank you so much for saying that. All right, who's the next subscriber, guys? Thank you, Pinky, for saying that. Jacob. All right, here you go, Jacob in the chat. Let's go, everybody. Next subscriber to be Kylie. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kylie. All right, who else is there? We're doing glowing names. Kyrie, thank you so much for subscribing. All right, then we have is Ayla. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Ayla. Next subscriber to be is Amy in the chat. How are you, dear Amy? All right, who's next, guys? Then we have is Maricel in the chat. How are you, dear Maricel? You got your name done. Then we have is Alvira in the chat. How are you, Alvira? Thank you so much for subscribing. Next subscriber to be Hisan. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Hisan. Let's get to the next line, everybody. All right, let's go, guys. All right, then we have is Mia. Here you go, dear Mia. All right, let me just change my marker. All right, then we have is Sarah in the chat. How are you, dear Sarah? Next subscriber to be is... Who's subscribing? Guys, hit the subscribe button and I'm gonna do your name. Sufi has subscribed just now. Here you go, Sufi. Then we have is next Ava in the chat. How are you, dear Ava? Then we have is Rance in the chat. Thank you for subscribing, Rance. Next subscriber to be is Cielo in the chat. How are you, dear Cielo? All right, who's the next subscriber, guys? Stephanie, thank you. Here you go, Stephanie in the chat. Thank you for subscribing, dear. Let's go. Then we have is Jax in the chat. How are you, dear Jax? All right, who's next, guys? Welcome to my live, guys. Then we have is Jill in the chat. How are you, dear Jill? Next subscriber to be Queen in the chat. Thank you, Queen. Next subscriber to be Pinky in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Pinky. All right, who's next, guys? Then we have is Andrew. Thank you for liking and subscribing, Andrew. Thank you so much. You are the best, Andrew. Then we got Ryan to be liking and subscribing. Thank you, Ryan. Then we have is Muffin. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, Muffin. Thank you. You got your name done. Let's go in capitals now. All right, everybody, write in capital letters, guys. Let's go, everybody. Ashton is here. Here you go, Ashton. Your name is done, Ashton. Next subscriber to be Evelyn. Your name is done, Evelyn. Who is next, everybody? Then we have is Aliyah in the chat. How are you, dear Aliyah? Thank you for subscribing. Then we have the next subscriber to be Mimi in the chat. Thank you, Mimi. Here you go. Next subscriber we have is Lara in the chat. How are you, dear Lara? All right, then we have is Elena. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go, dear Elena. Then we have is next Dave in the chat. How are you, Dave? All right, next subscriber to be is Jaylene in the chat. How are you, dear Jaylene? All right, who's next, guys? Everybody, welcome to my live. Hit that subscribe button and get your names done. All right, then we've got is Amelia. Thank you so much for subscribing, Amelia. Here you go. All right, who's next, guys? Angie in the chat. Thank you, Angie. Next subscriber we have is Alyssa. How are you doing today, Alyssa? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Ryanie. Thank you, Ryanie. Here you go, Ryanie. All right, who's next, guys? Everybody, drop your names, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Who's next, everybody? Drop your names in the comments, okay? Okay, let's go. Then we have is next. Who's that? Aegon in the chat. How are you doing today, Aegon? All right, next we have is Majid in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Majid. Next subscriber to be is Alaya in the chat. Thank you so much, Alaya. All right, then we have is Aurora in the chat. Thank you so much, Aurora. Thank you. Okay, guys, I would be going now, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I go live like daily, like 7 to 8 times. So you can definitely join me and comment on this video. It will be posted publicly. So comment on this video your name so that I can meet you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.